we're here this morning to talk about the incredibly disruptive influences on the fashion industry and all the huge changes that are taking place in our industry. If you can post an image of a designer's clothes around the world instantly, and it's seen by hundreds, thousands, potentially millions of people, that completely deconstructs the idea of showing clothes and then waiting 6 months for those clothes to actually arrive in a retail environment. And essentially, this has changed how fashion shows work, hasn't it?
It has, and it's actually created a problem. So as exciting as it is to have this free tool for particularly young businesses to be able to show their collections and go direct to consumer, is what it's meant with Fashion Weeks is you've created a disconnect. So you've shown the collections, there's a huge amount of excitement. Social media goes on fire when it's Fashion Weeks. You then have sort of this drip feed of social media of people wearing sort of dresses on the red carpet and great collections and celebrities endorsing it. But by the time the product hits in store, the consumer feels that they've seen it, and it's not necessarily creating that desire that our industry is very much built on.
But I think in two respects, people have not engaged, and one of those is a part of the fashion industry. In Hollywood, for instance, even though our own website, has a reach of millions, huge, if you're still discussing with a Hollywood agent, they're still obsessive about being on the cover of your magazine. Completely obsessive. You can offer them this, that, and the other. You can offer them a week's takeover on the website where you'll be talking to 10 million people, but they're still obsessive about that shop window of a magazine cover. And also, I know that in the fashion industry, for instance, there are some brands that are still trying to put a velvet rope around the internet. They're saying, no, we are in the business of luxury. You have to wait 6 months to see our clothes, to buy our clothes. And also, we're not discounting. We're not a margin business. We are the pinnacle of luxury consumption. And I suppose in some respects, that's good, isn't it? Where do you think the fashion industry is going to be in 2 years' time? What will have changed? What will have remained the same?
Well, I don't think we're going to see the pace of change around Fashion Weeks that the media talks about and they're expecting, because our industry, because it has a complex supply chain, it takes a long time to be able to adjust and adapt. And I think is that there's going to be a lot of pausing and taking stock, and I'm sure that's happening in a lot of industries in the world that we live in, to think about actually what the future looks like and how, not only in our personal lives but in our business lives, we can play a part in maybe creating a slightly better environment in which to live.